Hey there, good morning. It is Tuesday. We are on day 2 of our staycation, and I believe this is like day 8 or 9 of quarantine here in Colorado, thanks to lovely COVID-19. Today I'm going to switch things up. So if you know, I've been doing bar in the morning, and then I've been doing 10 rounds in the evenings, kind of after work or kind of just later in the day. Right now Shay is actually still sleeping, so I'm gonna go ahead and let her sleep in. She does those bar workouts with me, so I figured let's start our day with some 10 rounds and then we'll do some bar thereafter. Today is our first boxing day of week 2. We've now moved on to the Las Vegas level. So again, Joel and his crew have been traveling the country, or were traveling the country before everything shut down, to do the 10 rounds filming. So we finished up Los Angeles last week, and now we've moved on to the Las Vegas level. And today's workout is called core defensive slips. So just knowing from back when I did core to force, I'm assuming that's going to be a lot of those side, kind of those oblique crunches as we do those defensive slips. So this one's clocking in at about 39 minutes. So let's push play. Okay, so I just finished up week 2 boxing day 1. So it was the defensive slips, and as I suspected, it really was a lot of that oblique crunch movement. So it was a great workout. I got about 38 minutes. I burned about 225 calories for today's workout. Again, just a lot of core engagement. So if you watched my week 1 wrap up, I talked a lot about how important your stance is with throwing your punches, making sure that you are properly moving your hips so that you can really ensure that you're engaging your whole body. Nothing changed with that this week. You really want to make sure you're paying attention to where your stance is so that you're properly engaging your core when you do those defensive slips. They're basically like tiny little oblique crunches, but you're standing. We incorporated all of the different punches into those moves, so continually progressing. Same format as last week as far as the 10 rounds. We have our warm-up, 2 boxing, 1 agility move. So this week we did change up our agility move, whereas last week during the 3 boxing days, we started off with an agility move, and then on day 2 we kind of added on, and then on day 3 for boxing we added on even more. But this week we totally changed up what we were doing for our agility move. And then we finished up with some core. So, great workout overall. Still finding myself a couple of times just kind of throwing the wrong punch out of nowhere. I actually did half of an entire boxing set, realizing that I was doing the wrong arm. So again, just really starting to get used to what those numbers are. Telling myself that as a right-handed person, that when we do even numbers, that should be my right side. So that kind of helps a little bit. And then as we start to move through some of those combinations, it'll actually become a little bit easier because some of those movements will actually naturally lead you into the right position. So if you feel like the move's a little funky, and that's where I found myself being a little off, it's because I was doing the wrong side. So for instance, if I was doing a right defensive slip or a back slip, and then leading it into, for instance, like my 6, which would be my right uppercut, it's actually a natural movement from there. So if you find yourself feeling like this doesn't feel natural, just maybe slow down and check yourself to make sure you're doing the right move. So that wraps up today's workout. So tomorrow, last week we actually did legs lifting first, then upper body, or lower than upper body. It looks like this week they've got us doing upper body first in the week and then lower body. So tomorrow will be about a 30-minute upper body classic weightlifting. So I'm always looking forward to picking up some heavy weights. So I will see you then.